For far too long, company presentations have always had very dry, uninteresting looking team slides. You know, the slide that you want to use to introduce the prospect that you're pitching to and show them the team members from your business that they might end up working with. Now, people buy from people, and that slide is really, really important, but yet we just tend to rely on images and job titles in static text format. So I'm going to show you in this video how to create something much more interesting, just like this example that I've got on screen here at the moment. Now, please don't hold it against me that I'm using the Liverpool team for this example. This is my son's favourite team. I'm more of a rugby guy, just for your information. But this same example and technique can be used for your corporate presentation. So even if you have a team photograph that looks something like this, you can still use the exact same technique that I'm going to show you over here in PowerPoint with the Liverpool team. So sit tight, enjoy the video, and please put this into practice as soon as you can, because people buy from people, and it's really important that we excite the prospects that we're pitching to when it comes to telling them about our team. So where do we start with this? Well, as you can see, I've got all of my team members, or at least some of my team, on one slide here, all lined up. For the most part, they're at sort of eye level. It really doesn't matter. Like I said, if you've got a team photograph that's all just one big image, the same rules apply. This is going to be exactly the same technique. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my shapes area, and I'm just going to add this curved rectangular shape. And you don't have to use this shape either. You could use a circle or a square. It's entirely up to you. You might have a shape again that fits more in line with your branding. And I'm just going to drop that over the top of a player here. Let's give it no fill, just so we can see where it is. There we go. Now I'm going to go back to shapes, and I'm going to add a straightforward rectangle with no curves, and I'm going to drop that over everyone on the screen here. And what I'm also going to do is just stretch this out. So if I just zoom out a little bit here, I'm going to stretch this rectangle all the way out to the left, so that we've pretty much got the same kind of distance outside of the slide as we do inside. That's really important for what is to follow, because we want this new shape that we're going to create to slide along the different players' faces. So let's do something like that. And what I'm actually going to do as well is switch on my selection pane, just so that I can turn some of these shapes on and off much easier. Let's just quickly make that little first shape a bit bigger. There we go. And switch this back on. So what I'm going to do now is select both of those shapes that I've just added. I'm going to go to shape format at the top here, and there's an option on the left that says merge shapes. And I'm going to cut out that curved cornered rectangle. I'm going to cut that out of my large rectangle. So I'm going to do combine like so. And there you can see if I move this around, it's now moving as one object. And I'll just put it back over McAllister's face there. And now I just need to add some colors to this shape. So I'm going to make it black. I'm going to give it no outline. And I'm actually going to go back into the shape fill area and just give it a bit of transparency. Not much, maybe 30-ish%, just so we can see the other players behind there as well. There we go. So keep it really simple. And there we go. Now what this means is that as we build this deck out, we're actually just going to get this shape to slide along one player at a time. So hopefully some of you who've seen some of my other tutorials will know exactly where this is going. And you may even think to yourself right now, I know exactly how to do this. Pause the video, go and do it, make it happen. Now, obviously what we need to add is some text. So add in the name of your team member and any other details that you want to drop in, really doesn't matter. Maybe try and have some fun with it instead of just job title and name. Why not add something like interesting hobby, you know, crazy fact, whatever it may be. Just making your content a little bit more interesting. Don't be afraid of doing that, as well as making it look epic like we're doing at the moment. So there's our first slide. And what I'm going to do now is right click on this slide and duplicate the slide. And then, yes, you guessed it, I'm going to grab the text, which I've grouped together, by the way. I'm going to grab the shape as well. I'm going to move them both along like so. And then I'll just go in and change this text so that we obviously have the details of the next team member of ours. And it's a simple case from here of just duplicating that process, repeating that process. So duplicating the slide, grabbing the content and moving it along, and then replacing the text. Now, once you've got all of your content in place and you're happy with the position of that shape that you've moved along to highlight each team member, you then just need to select all of your slides. And yes, you guessed it, it's my favorite PowerPoint feature of all time. Make sure that Morph transition is selected, and let's put this into slideshow mode so that we can see it in action. So here's our first team member, and then we hit to go to the next slide, and that placeholder magically moves along for us. So again, it's a really nice thing to use, that Morph transition. You can kind of create stuff like this with it very, very easily, and it just brings that team page to life that little bit more. I hope you found that useful. I look forward to seeing your comments and examples of you putting this into action. Take care, and I'll see you on the next video.